It's an all-Western Conference matchup in today's game as the Nuggets come into town for this one. Kings looking to make the most out of their home court advantage here in Sacramento. And here it comes, the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, and on the sideline tonight, Doris Burke. Ready? And it's the Kings to start out.
Here we go.
Now the starting group for the Denver Nuggets. Gallinari sits outside at 3 with Fareed at the 4. Boudier out there with Will Barton. The Nuggets missed the postseason again last year. Never really had a good look at it and just fell and back of the pack.
And it's the second straight year of not playing playoff basketball in Denver. This coming on the heels of 10 straight bursts between 04 and 13.
Now here's Cousins. Just 3 to shoot. Count the bucket.
Nice make for him as they get the scoring started.
Yeah, he gets it going, and who knows now? You know, it might be a really big night in store for him.
Here's Jokic. Here's Barton. Sacramento grabs the miss. Here's Barnes. Pushes it down to finish the break.
Excellent feed from D.C., Darren Collins.
And Denver has possession. 4-point game.
And, you know, for Denver, historically, they've enjoyed a lot of success for a long time. I mean, missing the playoffs consecutively might have been the wake-up call they needed to try something different going forward.
Fareed the pass to Boudier. Passes it to Jokic. He kicks to Fareed. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops.
The first bucket for this offense, 1 of 4 to start the game.
For Sacramento, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start off the game.
And listen, it's sometimes really hard for teams like the Nuggets to know when to rebuild. So while they weren't quite sure what they had coming into last season, by the end of it, they had a clear idea of what direction they needed to head into for the future.
Now, here is Gallinari. Following the miss by DeMarcus Cousins. From 12 feet out. A nice shot by Gallinari. Gallinari's got his first 2 points of the night.
Nice piece of work there. Get yourself a little space and pull the trigger.
Barnes kicks to Cousins. On the wing of Flello. Good. And it's Cousins picking up the assist. Sacramento on defense. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Gallinari dishes to Barton. Soft touch off the glass.
If you give him an inch of space, he's going to make you pay.
For Sacramento, they've gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. At the elbow, it's Cousins. And that one's good.
Defensively, that possession better not start a trend because they just handed him 2 points.
Nuggets trail. A strong season from Darren Collison cut short last year. Greg shut down at the end of last February.
Yeah, he had that issue with his hip, and that kind of ended things for him in what had been a promising season. A shame since he was having the best of his career to date.
Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
The tenacity on the interior, just battling, bringing that effort and will for second chance points.
Gay drives in, feeds to Cousins. The jump hook, and off the front iron, and in it goes. Cousins has got 6 points.
Collison was having a career year last year, guys. I mean, 16 points a game was a career high for him, and he also shot more threes than ever before.
And I think even in the injury-shortened season, Collison showed he is still a starter in the NBA. Now, he's been used as a Super Six man in the past, but he's just as effective, I believe, at starting the game.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Kings. .110 left to play in the first quarter. Here's Laverne. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
They are really doing a nice job establishing a presence inside early.
And watch, Clark, how the game plays out, because this is going to open things up on the perimeter.
And Cauley-Stein throws it down.
Superb assist there. He played the role of the maestro on that one.
Nuggets have gone 5 of 9 from the field here in the first. 46 seconds left in the first. There's the steal. And he lobs it up toward the rim, takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Excellent communication between teammates on the alley-oop there.
And that's what you need to pull that off.
And you do. You have to have both ends of that play, and they were fantastic on that one.
Here's Murray after the basket by Willie Cauley-Stein. There's the screen. Arthur sets the pick for Chandler. Rebound by the Kings.
All the defender had to do there was just stay close to him, and he did.
Out of bounds. Denver takes possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
The Nuggets trail by 4. Now Harris. Dishes to Murray. Back to Harris. Chandler inside the line. Got it off in time, but it's no good. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Kings lead by 4. Live from Sacramento, you're watching 2K Sports.
Really in sync here, all on the same page. They've already got a bunch of assists.
And also, it's been a positive to watch that they've attacked the paint offensively as well. It's really been about the balance that they've shown.
So on the floor for Denver, Wilson Chandler out there with Arthur. And there's Money. Then there's Harris. And it's Laverne in at the 5, roaming the paint. Clock at 2, Murray. And nothing but hair on that one.
The defense needs to play tight on him, and that's exactly what they did to force that miss. Well done.
You know, guys, in a draft that had a lot of top-tier big men as the top picks, Willie Cauley-Stein is a little bit the forgotten man, if you will. But he can be a very impactful player now and down the road as well.
The Nuggets trail by 4. Harris passes to Murray. And we've played through the first minute here in the second. Arthur kicks to Chandler. Takes a 3. Can't hit. And Sacramento will go the other way with it. Pass to Temple. He lobs it up. It's tipped. It's stolen by Arthur. And they're moving it up. Finished off the break. Arthur's got the first points up on the board here in the second quarter for the Nuggets. The Kings were off to a hot start last year, but things certainly fell apart midway. A big factor in that was the messy firing of their coach, Mike Malone.
Yeah, really, that firing came out of nowhere to the fans and the players, and it seemed odd to fire a coach that has been leading his team to good basketball.
Catching up on the changes for Sacramento. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Cauley-Stein. Barnes comes in for Caspi, and it's a Flalo in for Garrett Temple. Moutier dishes to Gallinari. Off the left rim and out.
And, you know, we'll never really know the full details of why Malone was fired, but the effect it had on the team was easy to see. Kings really tailspinned out of control afterward.
Now here's a Flalo, and then Cousins with the dunk.
He is an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
You know, he fixed the simple one-handed stuff to get the 2 points.
Yeah, and in a close game, though, guys, those could be really important points.
And Chandler, here we go. Count that one. Chandler's got his first points in this one.
You know, the Kings, I think, will look back and realize they made a dubious decision the way they handled that coaching change. I mean, lucky for them, they were able to right things, so to speak, by landing George Karl later on. Clearly one of the better coaches in NBA history.
Denver with a tough year last season. A lot of losses for them on the road as they would go, what, Clark, only 11-30 away from the Mile High City.
Yeah, and Kevin, they ended the season on a 5-game road losing streak as well. I mean, they had mostly given up at that point as they had tried to develop young players, and it just kind of blew up on them down the stretch.
Denver making a switch here. Fareed is checked in. Fareed, a screen on Barnes. Gallinari up top, covered by Barnes. Shot clock at 6. Here's Barton. Gay with the block. And now, in transition, it's a follow. Here we go. And again, it's Sacramento converting.
He always knows where his teammate's going to be, and, Kevin, that will let him put the ball where he wants it, right waiting for him.
A big problem for the Nuggets last year is that they just couldn't hit shots away from home. I mean, they finished in the bottom 5 in terms of field goal percentage on the road.
And he gets it to go.
Well, that's simply a great move there, Kevin. He dusted off the defense and got to the cup for the easy basket.
Gay outside. Barnes passes to Cousins. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a three-point play.
Hey, I've got one more note on the Nuggets and the road. I mean, when you shoot as poorly as they did, as you mentioned, you start to lose some confidence and second-guess things. It's a lot harder to fight through shooting slumps like that in somebody else's building, no doubt.
Koufos checked in for Sacramento.
You know, last season, DeMarcus Cousins had several triple-doubles, but with Cousins, he would have 20-plus rebounds to go along with 20 points and 10 assists. That's amazing for a big man, for any man, as a matter of fact.
Moutier, no good.
And no excuse there for missing that one after being freed up by a great pick.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, they came away empty, but they got the look they wanted, and really, I like the movement and communication there.
And for Cousins, those 20-20-10 triple-doubles are an incredibly rare feat. First time, in fact, that we've seen that in the NBA since 2010.
And he was the first big man since the great Wilt Chamberlain to do it in back-to-back games. So Cousins is one of the rare big men who can do it all and has displayed that multiple times last season.
Catching up on the changes for Sacramento. Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Cousins. Caspi comes in for Matt Barnes. And Garrett Temple subbed in for Darren Collison. The shot by Cauley-Stein, no good. The Nuggets trail by 5. Here's Laverne, got a hand on it, out of bounds. Sacramento will take possession. McLemore's checked in for Aaron Aflalo. Money's checked in for the Nuggets. Sacramento leading by 5. The shot and game clock separated by 4. And Temple kicks to Koufos. Now here's Cauley-Stein. Fareed defending. The feed to Koufos. Just 5 on the clock. There's the pass to McLemore. Some solid defense from Harris.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
And the first half comes to a close.